Hi friends, Right Careers welcomes you to another brand new video for this week. This is Sudarshan, your career coach. Now before we get on to this week's topic, the customary thing, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/rightcareers, and also click on the bell button for instant notifications so that and also you don't miss out on any videos. Moving on to this week's topic, we are sitting in the month of February. February means Valentine's Day, and we are exactly on Valentine's Day today. Today happens to be the Valentine's Day, and therefore I thought we will discuss about a career that's very close to relationship. Right, we all live in times of uncertainty. Right, we call it as VUCA world. VUCA. V stands for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. We live in such era where lot many things happen around us. In the good old days, we used to spend a lot of time with our families, friends, so that we communicate with our families very effectively. We used to communicate with our families very effectively. Good old days, there used to be only one person who used to work, and then it used to be joint family and things like that. Today, a lot of things have changed. We mostly live in neutral families, and both husband and wife do work, and children are left alone or either handled by grandparents, mostly not handled by grandparents, mostly left alone. And therefore, a lot of miscommunication, or rather the communication has become very challenging these days. We don't effectively communicate with our partners, with our children, etc. And that at times leads to a lot of miscommunication, and miscommunication in turn leads to a drastic level. It can lead to as drastic as being separated, divorced, etc. This creates problem within us, and I told you, this also leads to break in relationships also. Now this is where matured people like us, we need to go to the third person or an external person who's good at sorting this out, sorting the relationship management and things like that. It might sound really weird for people who are 70s born or 70s kids we call, but for someone like an 80s kids and 90s kids, 2000s kid, this video or this topic might make a lot of relevance. And that's the topic that we have taken. The topic that we have taken for this week is careers in relationship counseling, or relationship counseling and couple therapist. So this might be very odd or strange for people, but this is definitely becoming big these days. Now what does what do a relationship counselor do? What is the job profile of relationship counselor? We will see one by one. The primary role of any relationship counselor is to help people achieve good relationship. Very simple. They help people to achieve a very good relationship among people. That's the primary goal. They work with couple, they work with single parents, with children, without children, so on and so forth. They work with almost everybody. Now how do? They use talk therapy first. Any relationship counselors use talk therapy to identify or diagnose the cause of issue or the problem that exists between two people, either mostly couple, in any relationship I should say. So they use talk therapy. They also teachers, as a relationship counselor, they teach their clients as to how to effectively communicate among themselves. That's something that they teach, so that the communication is bridged. They also use behavior therapy. Relationship counselors use behavior therapy to guide their clients to exhibit healthier and better behavior. The moment you behave well, most of the problems get solved. So they use a lot of behavioral techniques, I should say, and then do that. They also help to control anger, anxiety and emotion. So they basically help their clients do anger management, we call, or emotion management, controlling of emotions, controlling of anger, anxiety, etc. So that's something which they definitely do. They also guide the divorce if necessary. They mostly try not to to patch up between couple, but in case of eventuality, they help in the divorce process. So this is what relationship counselors do. These are the job profile of relationship counselors. Now what are the skills that are required to become a relationship counselor? The definite skill, the foremost skill that a relationship counselor should have is focus. The relationship got to be highly focused in his or her job. So basically, if you're a focused person, if you're a very serious person, you may consider this as a career. You also need to possess excellent communication skills, because this involves training communication to your clients, and therefore you got to be strong in communication skills. You also got to possess a strong listening skill. You lend a ear for listening, because you got to listen to someone's problem. So you got to, have a very strong listening skills. You also need to ask questions. You need to probe. You need to probe your client to understand where it went wrong and then do course correction. So you got to have that attribute, and you also need to show empathy. You got to show empathy, empathize with your patient. So if you possess these skills, you can definitely look this as a career. Now, how do you become a relationship counselor? Usually, in India, there are a lot of undergraduate programs, but we strongly recommend to pursue postgraduate program also, so that you focus a lot on this, because this is a serious profession involving people, and therefore a strong academic foundation is needed. We saw relationship counselors use patterns like talk therapy or behavioral therapy, which means it is an academic oriented program. It is not something which you and I can do. I mean, not anyone can do it. Got to be studied and understood theoretically, and then do it practically. So since it involves these skills, a formal education is definitely recommended. Bachelor's degree in psychology, bachelor's degree in social work, sociology, social sciences is definitely recommended. Masters, at master's level, I told you, you got to pursue masters. So if you are keen about this career, you got to do masters in clinical psychology or counseling psychology. Now, post which you can enroll yourself with RCI. We call it as RCI, which is Rehabilitation Council of India, and then get yourself the license to practice as a relationship counselor. If you do that, the credibility also improves. Now, where do you study? As always, Ferguson College in Pune offers such programs, masters and bachelors. Then you have Christ University, Bangalore, Loyola College, Chennai. You also have TIS, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Bangalore University, Indraprastha College of Women in Delhi. So these are some of the colleges where you have a formal undergraduate and postgraduate programs. In addition to that, you can also do certificate programs. Osmania University in Hyderabad offers diploma in family and marriage counseling. So Osmania University, you can also do a certification program with TIS, a Tata Institute of Social Sciences, where they offer certificate program in couple and family therapy. And then there is one unknown treasure that teaches, that gives you a good certification program, which is Institute of Holistic Medical Health in Tirupur in Tamil Nadu, where you can do postgraduate diploma in family, marital and couple counseling. So these are some of the certificate programs where you can equip yourself and then get the license from RCI and then start practicing on your own. See, with life becoming highly stressful, these days, the communication has definitely, is on the wrong side. That got to be bridged. And if you, as a human being, if you as a parent, if you find that the communication between you and your partner, and the partner could be anybody, it could be your better half, it could be your children, it could be anybody. If you find that needs to be bridged, and if you cannot do that, we strongly recommend to, consult a relationship counselor and do it. And therefore, the role of relationship counselors these days are becoming very, very, very hot, I should say. So if you want to make a career for tomorrow, now this is the career that is already prevalent and already an established career in the Western countries. It is slowly coming to India and slowly yet steadily. So if you want to make a better career for you for tomorrow, I would give a thumbs up to relationship management, relationship counseling as a career. And that's all I have for this week. And until next Monday with altogether another new video, see you all and have a happy Valentine's Day from all of us at Right Careers. Thank you.